All right, welcome back. Something's going on with my microphones today, so we'll give this a go on the laptop mic, and then I'll get it resolved before the next recording. But anyway, we'll take care of some housekeeping here, and we'll do this again, and hopefully I'll be able to shorten it down a little bit. Anyway, I'm not June, I'm not Ward, I'm not Lumpy, I'm not Eddie Haskell, I'm not Wally, and I'm not Beaver, and I'm certainly not your friend, and I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just some dude on the internet, on YouTube, sharing with you my journey. So you got to do your own research and make sure you have the money to invest wisely and that it's something you can afford to lose, because along the way you will probably lose some money. And my lawn does look exceptionally green. I just got to say that. If you have watched that show, Leave It to Beaver, you know that that is one of the lines Eddie Haskell's used when talking to Mr. Cleaver. Anyway, we're going to jump right into this, and we'll just talk about a few things here. I'm going to talk about the first bullet point here. Is the reservoir still working, and what's wrong with drip? So yes, the reservoir is still working. In the past, actually in the last video before the sound crapped out, I did make another deposit, and you can see that I've been being a good citizen, although I've not been doing it as consistently as I should, or what everybody is, right? There's a big push there by all the big YouTubers, including myself, to kind of put in, and one of the YouTubers did a detailed contract breakdown of how the reservoir works, and if everybody, all 100,000 plus of us that are in this community and have investments into drip, put in 0.1 BNB, it would stabilize the price of drip at $10. Now, going down here, we can see that did not happen. We were at about 5,000, high 5,000 when that whole push started, and nobody's doing it. And I think a lot of those same people that have those smaller contracts are selling. So does it work? Yes. Is it working? Yeah. Is it working like if it would if everybody had put 0.1 in? No. And I know Stunna Breezy was putting in 1 BNB, not just 0.1 but 1. So you can see all the compounds whenever it comes up. It's not coming up as frequently. I think everybody stopped depositing for a while. So anyway, I just, again, on the last video that crapped out with the sound, I did put another 0.1 in. That being said, I do think that this was was really in Forex's mind when he developed drip. I think he was meaning for the reservoir to be what the piggy bank now is. And as this whole protocol, excuse me, and project has evolved into the animal farm and everything that it is now and is going to be, I think originally he wanted the reservoir to be what the piggy bank is. Just my thoughts, don't know anything for a fact, and maybe he's not been talking about the reservoir a lot. I know that he's got some kind of new contract that's going to sit on top of drip that includes the reservoir and drip together, that's going to be gamified somehow. So don't know a whole lot about that, but if anybody gets a interview with him and wants to ask that question, I think that'd be interesting to hear him talk about that. So now let's talk about the drip price. What's wrong with drip? Well, the whole market is down, right? Everything is down. I know we had a little bit of a surge in Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the big hodl coins out there, XRP, but nothing dramatic. And I still think with the economic headwinds that we have, that we could see that still go down further, right? Anyway, but drip's going to go down because it's tied to BNB, and I covered in the last video, and I don't know if people didn't like that or whatever. Don't really care, because I don't ask anybody for anything, and I want to speak freely, right? And before I say this next one, I'm going to beat a dead horse, or not going to beat, but I'm going to kick a dead horse a little bit here, and just kind of nudge it a little bit, but I'm not going to completely beat it. But so that's one reason, right? The price is down. It's tied to BNB. BNB is down from 400 when I first started in here, and even from 600 when it, earlier in the year as well. But anyway, the biggest reason that this is where it is because the animal farm is broken. This thing is down completely, and that's the biggest reason. And people don't have anywhere to put their money and need to take their profits and what have you, right? And I can tell you this, I'm gonna always speak honestly, and I'm not flooding my bags. I'm just speaking honestly. I don't take anything from anybody. I don't have comments enabled. I'm not trying to, get rich off of a YouTube channel. That's not my goal or anything. And if I do start making money, I'll share with you guys. This is a compounding passive income channel, right? So do I believe in this long term? Yeah, and I put my money where my mouth is. I'm continuing to invest, right? So anyway, he has to get this protocol up and going, right? The animal farm. He's got to get the dogs contract up and got to get this whole animal farm functioning again. And that needs to be the first and foremost priority of anything. All these other things are great and they can come along after, but that is going to be the biggest thing that will impact and stop the price of drip from falling. I'm telling you, it is. And so I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if he agrees. If this were another company, another publicly traded company, and their website were down that was customer facing, there would be a level 1 ticket open, and anybody who works in IT knows this. It would be all hands on deck. You drop everything you're doing and you get this thing back up and running and fixed. That's not happening, right? And or if you're losing money, and we're all losing money. And guess what? We are the customer. And I appreciate that Forex caters to the whales and, you know, gives them the AMAs and all the big guys with all the big bucks and everything. I'm not one of those guys, and I'm not looking to interview him or take anything because I want to be able to speak my mind freely, right? I'm saying that I think he's losing sight of the retail investor also. It's the little guy that really drives everything and helps the whales make their money also. And they're forgetting about it too, because a lot of these whales that are making, you know, 500 drip a day, guess what? That's still 2,500 bucks a day you're making, versus like the single mom who's a hairstylist or works as a waitress who saved up 200 bucks, and she could lose that, but she's trying to change her life, right? Trying to add some money, and especially when the inflation is high, and she invested, right? And she's not seeing the return that she had hoped. This is impacting her, and it's impacting all the smaller retail folks. And I want to stand up for them, and I'm going to continue to say this and fight for them that have only maybe 500 bucks, and that's all they can afford, you know, because things are so costly, and they have bills and they have kids. I have 4 kids. I get it. I know how much it costs to fill up the stupid gas tank and run them around their practices and all this stuff. And this is not helping right now, right? Not being able to generate any revenue right now is not helping. And so, yeah, I appreciate that Forex made all this money, and I appreciate all the whales have all this money too. I'm not one of those guys, and I know a lot of you are not either. So I'm going to continue to keep it honest, keep it real. And I know people don't like me doing that, and it's me fudding. I'm just telling you where I'm at and how I'm seeing things. I call them as I see them. So anyway, that's going to do it. I'm going to stop kicking and beating this dead horse. I know I beat it more than I wanted to, but you know, it is what it is. So that's where it is. Get this animal farm up and running more than anything, and then all the other things will come into play and be better for everybody, including the little guy. And the little guy, I appreciate you. I will tell the truth for you and for me too. All right. This one is going to ruffle some feathers. My ranking of the drip ecosystem protocols, right? And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, like I said, keeping it real. The first number 5, starting from 5 going to 1 being my favorite of the 5 protocols that are out there as of right now, right? Because a lot of them haven't been implemented that Forex has been talking about. All right. Number 5 is the Reservoir. And I just kind of talked about that already. Yeah, it could do something. Maybe it'll do better once he, you know, introduces that new contract that sits on top of drip, but includes the Reservoir. But as of right now, it's number 5 in my mind. It's not really generating any reservoir, any money for me. I put that point BNB in just to kind of help and be a good citizen of the ecosystem, but it is what it is. Here's where it's going to make some people mad and then disagree with me, and I'm okay with that. Number 4 for me is drip itself. Drip is awesome. Don't get me wrong. Hear me out before you guys start, you know, with the pitchforks and torches and, you know, dogs and cats sleeping together, all the other stuff that is making you mad because you believe drip is king. Drip is the king, right? It works. Nothing wrong with it. It's been around for over a year, which in DeFi is like 7 years, you know, in DeFi life, right? In DeFi years. It's great. It's working. I'm about it. I'm investing. I'm at 500 drip right now. I think I showed you guys that. I'm at 500, and you know, but the price is where it is, number 1. But it's and here's the biggest reason. It pays 1%. But here's the big thing. I think we all agree that drip will be around, and it is the foundation, and it's good. It's that solid CD. It's that solid investment, that thing that works, right? You know, just like dad, me, who I get up and go to work every day. You know, people just expect that, right? Expect dad to bring home the bacon, right? Without question. And that's what drip is. Drip is the daddy. So I think we all agree there, but 1% a day. And then that's where it's at, right? So that being said, and everything else is built on drip, right? So which brings me to number 3, which is one of my favorites, the drip garden. And it has been for a long time until recently, right? But I'm at 273, and so I'm basically addressing my 275. But before the end of the day, actually by lunchtime, I should be at 275 easy. But this thing, if you do it right, it pays 3.3%, 3.33% a day, right? And this thing is just pumping, baby. I mean, you guys go back and look at my earlier videos when I'm at, you know, less than 2,000, You know, and again, I'm not a big whale. I'm not like these guys that have maxed out wallets and, you know, are making 500, 2,500 bucks a day. I'm not taking anything out yet, you know. So I plan to. I'm hoping this fall is when I'm going to start being able to do. I'm taking a little bit out, but and you'll see the piggy bank strategy executed again next Monday. But love drip. You can see how quickly this thing is compounding once you get to these higher levels. Look at me. By Saturday, I'm going to be making over 10,000 drip in the drip garden, the drip USD pair in the drip garden. So anyway, do love my drip garden, but it's number 3. Number 2 for me is going to be the pig pen, and the reason that it's because it's a governance protocol, and it's paying pigs and that dirty fiat and drip USD. And I love that. And I'm actually going to be getting some more pigs here hopefully today. I came upon a little tiny bit of a windfall, so I want to get some more pigs before this thing takes off. And it's been stabilizing. The price of pigs has been stabilizing at what is it? That $56 mark. I mean, so you know, it did dip to 55, but I think we may have seen kind of that bottom. All the paper-handed noodle arms that are out there selling. You know, after they were able to cash out their 2%, I think it's done. I think we're there. And you know, listen, you might not see this price again, and I'm not a financial advisor and don't do TA or anything. I'm just telling you, I track the price of drip every day when I compound the price of pigs, rather every day when I compound in the piggy bank. So, but anyway, for me, I think that the pig pen is going to be big once these other games and protocols get launched on top of everything. I think it's going to be huge. So I want to get mine, and I can't wait for the farm to open up so I can take my drip USD and put that in the drip USD farm and earn more pigs. So and get more dogs too. I do think that we're going to get more dogs than what we initially had, just if it's anything like that we did with the pigs, which will be pretty exciting as well. And then number 1 for me, baby, it is the piggy bank. And here's why, man. Listen, this thing is not only just paying 3.33%, but it's set up to hyper compound here. You can see the table, the rewards over the time. The last set 20 or 30% of your contract, you get more and more. And I've seen it firsthand, right? I mean, these longer stakes are taken over. Like number 8 and 9 here. Again, if you haven't seen my prior videos, it was on the 1st of this month, which was July 1st, right after I did my piggy bank strategy. And again, like I said, I'll show you the piggy bank strategy round 2 on Monday. But I took 50% of these unstaked, and I have this other one here, number 1, just to open up this past week, I believe. But these 3, I had about 48 bucks a piece, got me about 17,000 pigs to start with. And here's where I'm at. And these are both at about 17,000 pigs, number 8 and 9. And you can see how much more pigs, or piglets rather, that number 9 has with that longer 156-week stake versus the 57-week stake. So anyway, Forex rewards you. It's no secret. I covered that as well. He rewards you for a long-term mindset, right? And holding long-term. And I'm excited about where this thing is going to be. And again, I do love DeFi Buddy here as well. Here's what I want to show you. I'm going to show you this 50. Let me just show you the 52 or the 57-week protocol in terms of what it's projecting, right? And do I think that I'm gonna have $405,000 daily in 57 weeks here? I do not. And here's why. The decay, you know, is set up just like the garden and the plants. You know, the plants were, you know, $5-10 when it first started. Now they're less than a penny. And it's set up so that new capital, new investors can come in and actually gain and keep up with everybody else too, right? And I'm okay with that, right? But the way I'm daisy chaining these piggy banks that I have, you know, maybe it's, you know, 0.001, maybe it's 4,000 bucks a day. I don't know, but I'm long on these things. I'm going to keep doing it. And again, as I keep adding new capital and the price keeps going down, I'm going to have more and more. You'll see that as well. So anyway, for me, the piggy bank, as of right now, with all the protocols that are out there and live, that's my number 1. And again, I'm very long on the piggy bank. So I'm going to keep moving here. Going to try and get you guys out of here. And then just to let you know, again, I know people don't like when I talk about things other than drip, but again, I'm not a drip maxi. I'm a compounding passive income maxi. That's what I'm about, right? And I'm going to share with you things, whether it be a YouTube channel, if I start making revenue there, which I'm not striving for that. I'm hurting myself by not enabling, you know, comments. You know, it hurts the algorithm. And so but you know, whether I invest in a commercial real estate, I have a friend that's mentoring me who's done it and doing it and has like 5 commercial real estate properties. He's showing me how to get access to them. I'm waiting for that next bear market when commercial real estate crashes. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to share with you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and the steps. And so I'm doing the same thing with Flare and Songbird. Songbird and Flare really are what opened my eyes. And Flare Finance is a DApp that sits on top of Songbird and Flare. It really opened my eyes to DeFi, and I was just like, wow, I do like this passive income, and so and by the way, Flare is getting ready to launch. I covered that in the last video, so I have a playlist here. You guys can check that out. Also check out my music playlist, and then I'm going to cover with you the XRPL, the XRP ledger, and all the different projects and airdrops that are going on there. I'm getting passive income from the airdrops, the free airdrops. All I have to do is set up a trust line in my Zone wallet, and then add the trust line. And then now there's a stake protocol. It's called StakeX, right? And I'll just kind of show you guys what this is, right? So all these protocols that are getting voted in here to, basically have daily yield on these things. And these numbers next to are what I have and the percent out of 100 that I'm allocating. And every day faithfully. So this is another source of passive income. I'll get more into that, in another video, but man, it's easy money. And really all it takes is for you to be disciplined, to check every day to see if there's any new airdrops that are scheduled. I'll show you the sites and show you how to do all of that stuff. And I'll set up a playlist for that as well. So, but anyway, that is going to do it. Listen, avoid the FUD, take this time to compound. And I'm going to always look out for the little guy, right? I am the little guy. I don't have a rich dad or a rich family. I'm not rich. I'm putting a little bit of, cashed in my little bit of 401k that I have. I've had to start over several times because I've been an entrepreneur as well. And I'm in this and I'm trying to do the right thing. And I feel like I'm getting ready to turn a corner this fall, baby. Life is going to be changing. And this is with the price of, plants and drip where they are right now. Let there be a turnaround with the price of plants and everything. Ooh, it might be a little bit sooner, which is exciting. And I want to encourage all of you, to if you're going to do this, don't be discouraged. You can do it. You're not going to see this growth. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's partner, says the first 100,000 is the hardest, and then that compounding kicks in, right? And again, you can see this with the plants here, man. I'm going to be at by August, in August, I'll be at, by the end of August, I think I'll be at 1 million, right? Yep. I'll be at over 1 million by the end of August in terms of my plants. That's not that far away, right? And I started out just like you. So anyway, don't be discouraged. Be kind to everybody. You never know what they're going through in life. Be as kind as you can. Don't take any guff either, but guff, that's an old person, but I'm old, so that's an old man word. But don't take any crap from people, but still try and be kind if you can. Look out for people. Be generous. I am practicing what I preached. Took the family out to Outback actually. The other night, got a little steak and lobster tail, and it's actually pretty decent, and got the bowl of their chili that was just filled with steak chunks. But when I left the tip, I left Drip Network on there and left a little drip. Anyway, yeah, the little drip drops, a couple of those on the receipt. So anyway, be generous, even if you, and I left a very generous tip, right? So a generous tip. So be generous, even though you don't have the money right now. I don't have the money yet. I know I'm going to. It's going to happen here before the end of the year. I think is really where things are going to be turning around. And by the way, I want to encourage. This is financial advice. Never trade on margin if you can. Don't day trade. You'll lose your shirt. And then get out of debt. When we hit this next bull run, get rid of all your debt so that when the price dips back down again, maybe it goes back to $5, you can sustain it, and hopefully you've built up your bag. So that's going to do it. Have a great rest of the week. Enjoy the heat. Be safe if you're in one of those places that is super hot. Get in the water, staying cool if you can, and we will talk to you on Friday.